love that I'm gonna use my phone for this video and you're gonna see me get distracted 100 times because everyone under the sun decided to start texting me. This apartment looks crazy right now that I'm looking at it on camera. Hi you guys, it's me Chris. Welcome back to the doll studio. So today I'm gonna be doing another Q&A. I asked you guys on my Instagram to send me in your questions. I did this forever ago when I first started my YouTube and you guys really came through with the questions. There's a lot of questions to go through. So without further ado, let's just get into it. I have my phone here, not sponsored. First of all, I don't know if you guys noticed, but if I ever show my phone on camera, it will always be a different phone case. It is something that I literally love to do, is like switch my phone cases. I'm obsessed with them. If you have a Five Below near you, like, yeah, it's bad. Sorry, like I just said, I was gonna get distracted. Okay, so what was your spark that started your doll collecting? So I actually was recently on the American Women's podcast where the two girlies that run that podcast, they are fantastic. I was interviewed by them and I talked a lot more in detail about my entire history with American Girl. But essentially one of my friends, she introduced me to the brand and ever since then, I literally have been obsessed with it. My original doll, Bailey, who is in my All My Dolls video, she was my first American Girl doll. My aunt gave her to me in 2009, Christmas of 2009. It was Chris's year, and that's what really sparked the collecting. Do you think that AG will do another line of contemporary characters to replace World by Us? No. I think that American Girl did that very performatively because of the Black Lives Matter movement and basically being called out at a time where a lot of companies were being called out. In the future, they might, if anything happens in the world. But for right now, I think that they are like, we did the response to what was going on in the world during the pandemic. You guys should be happy. Peace out. I feel like the contemporary line was only created out of necessity. It's kind of this like blanket that's there but not really there. The contemporary line was only created really because Tenny and Logan were supposed to be the girl of the years, but then, you know, they got all that backlash. So they created this contemporary line. And yeah, I think that they're only gonna ever use the contemporary line whenever they feel like they need to. Do you like to buy miniatures for your dollhouse and where do you find things? I like to find things at Target. I like to find things at Five Below. Those are the two stores that I find a bunch of little mini items from my American Girl dolls. There's a lot of different toys that fit American Girl dolls, like miniature brands and all those different things that I like to go and purchase. Those are the stores. What's your favorite doll related memory? Actually, my favorite one that happened recently was I was in Chicago and a little girl, I think her name was Brooklyn, she came up to me and she gave me a friendship bracelet for me and my doll. And that day she came up to me while I was in the store and even asked me, hey, who should I get? Isabel or Nikki? And I looked at her mom and I was like, you have to get Nikki. And you know who she got? Nikki. So that was really special to help someone and she really took my advice and so did the mom. So shout out if you guys are watching this. Favorite name you have named your doll? My Riley doll, only because my daughter, whenever I have one, is gonna be named Riley. That's my favorite name. What's your sign? Moon, rising, astrology, girly over here. I am a Taurus with a double Leo. And I know you all literally just went, oh, now it all makes sense. I'm a Taurus with a double Leo. Best advice you can give to anyone getting into American Girl? New girly here. My best advice if you're collecting is to take it very slow. There is no rush. You kind of get to the point where I'm at and you look around and you're like, well, what now? Because you end up having every doll you've ever wanted. With that being said, if you just want to have a little collection, get the dolls that you truly want, even if they aren't available. Flesh out the money. If you like Kanani, grab her offline, send her into the doll hospital, because having one of the dolls that you originally wanted from childhood will definitely like help soften and heal a part of your inner child. And I always recommend like get the girls that you truly wanted as a kid or you really love now as an adult. What's your opinion on AGIGers making mini versions of themselves as dolls? I have one. He's all the way over there. He was featured in my one photo that I did, my little photo shoot of me being the boy of the year. And yeah, he's one of my favorites. I fully support it. I think it's really cute. Nothing is as fun as being able to dress up as him, with him, all that. It's really fun. Do you think AG's quality is getting better? No. No, I do not. Opinions on AG in TJ Maxx. All it's doing is basically showing us which dolls essentially failed. And we probably are not gonna get anything like the street chic dolls. I think that they thought that those dolls were gonna pop off, and they did not. So it's very validating to know that those dolls were not as successful as American Girl thought they were gonna be. You have such a big collection. How do you handle storage issues? Keep everything tidy. So back at home, I have storage bins underneath my bed. I'm gonna do an entire TikTok on that because people have been asking me. In regards to accessories, I do have a video of my other house, my other room, that shows you how I store everything. But when it comes to here in New York, I have an ottoman that has all my doll clothes in it, has all my hair accessory stuff. All my hair accessory stuff is also in little cases that have all of it in it. So everything has its place, everything has its purpose and its place, and I definitely make sure that like everything has a spot that makes everything as tidy as possible. Do you know if Healthy Roots outfits fit AG? I want to support them, but I'm unsure about size. They do. Some of them actually do. All their outfits actually do, but some of the accessories, since it's meant for smaller necks and smaller arms, those do not fit. But you see the top that Nyla, this doll, is wearing is actually, I'm pretty sure, Marisol's top, so it does fit. The shoes though do not. But Healthy Roots and Maple Lee dolls, those definitely fit each other because they have really slim, like long feet. Would you ever go back to work at American Girl? So funny story, after I had started the doll studio by Chris, I actually applied and they were like, no. So I was like, here's your chance. And they were like, no. And I was like, all right, cool, whatever. Do you miss working at American Girl? Sometimes I do, specifically because I'm always there all the time. And I'm like, wow, I really wish that I was like getting paid to do this. And I overhear a lot of employees giving misinformation to customers all the time in that store. I always just want to interject and be like, that's wrong. I like the fact that I'm technically working at American Girl, but not under their payroll because I'm still making a profit from their brand, if that makes sense. When will you be making an updated All My Dolls video? I want to make one so bad, you guys. It would not be in the format that I did the last one, but there's over 50 dolls here in New York, and I have over 100 and like something back at my parents' house. So I know that we're at a point where it's getting ridiculous to get all the dolls that are like brand new out. Like I have another Cecile that is like brand new in box. I have 3 Mary Graces that are brand new in box. And then to get some of the dolls that are disheveled and broken and all that, like, I mean, to really like get everything together would take so long. And if I'm anything in this world, it is lazy. So it will be coming though. How do you budget for your collection? So I don't have one. I remember a couple of weeks ago, there was a lot of conversation about credit cards and like collectors misleading their audiences into basically like putting themselves into debt to have the collections that they do. I don't use credit cards. I'm not allowed to have a credit card. I want to say this right here, right now. If you ever see me with anything, it is paid in full. I'm not allowed to have a credit card because of the fact that if I had a credit card, this would be ×3. I have a really bad spending problem all the time, but when it really comes down to it, if I want something from American Girl, I will either wait for a sale or I will buy it right then and there. I'm not one to really like linger. I'm very grateful that TikTok and YouTube combined has essentially become like a second job to me, and so I'm able to fund this hobby now with both of those monetization revenues coming in, and so I'm very, very grateful for that. The narrative of like this is all under a credit card and I'm like in some sort of like amount of debt, I don't like that narrative because it's not true whatsoever. I'm very grateful to say that I am able to afford all this and I am not in any amount of debt because of it. But when it comes to budget, I don't have one. If I want something from American Girl, I get it. For a lot, like, just to be blunt. I do, however, I do want to say this. The best budgeting advice I've always given myself and my family has given me is that if I don't have the money to pay for it right then and there, do not buy it. And that's kept me from having to need a credit card, even though, again, I am not allowed to have one. My parents refused to give me one, and it's because I would overshoot my budget if I even had one. I do not spend anything that isn't in my account. Afterpay and all those different things, I love that you can do those now. I personally don't use them, but if you needed to, you can. Those are great tools. This is not in any way me trying to like, you know, talk down on people that use credit cards or Afterpay or anything like that. But when it comes to me, I never want to mislead my audience into believing that this is like something that puts you into debt, because it doesn't if you do it correctly. And also, like, we just shouldn't be talking about people's finances like that. That's so weird to me. And when that was happening, I was like, what are we doing? Like, why is this even a topic of conversation? I understand that there's a lot of jealousy within the community, but this is like my second job. So if you see me going to a release, buying dolls, doing this, doing that, just know that by producing the video, producing the content, I do tend to most of the time get that money back from having purchased it and then some, because of the fact that I created the content with the product and have amassed a certain amount of views that allow me to get that product and not have a hole in my account. Have you ever had bad reactions to being a male doll collector? No. I think that the reason for that is because I am so unapologetically this that people kind of realize that they can comment all they want, but I'm very much a Taurus in the fact that I'm hard-headed, and I don't believe that anything about this is weird whatsoever. I stand behind the fact that I do this to heal my inner child. Just having them is such a comfort. Like, just walking into this room and like having these girlies sitting down, playing with their hair, changing them, it's such a like comforting thing. It's just fun for me. And it really is a great stress relief of just getting to like be in here and know that I am very much accepted by you guys and everyone around me. What's a doll you wish American Girl would make? A redhead Joss mold with, I want to say, hazel eyes. I like that combination. Do you have a one-of-a-kind custom American Girl doll? I'm getting a Taylor Swift doll, so that will be on TikTok. And if you guys have been on AGIG recently, you would know what doll I'm talking about, and I can't wait for you guys to see her. I probably won't do an unboxing here on YouTube. It will be mainly on TikTok. Do you think AG will ever make a doll with physical disabilities? Example, a doll with a wheelchair? No. Not even a little. What's your best way of traveling with your doll? I always use the carrying cases. If you ever see any videos of me with my dolls, the carrying case is always there. American Girl just released that carrying case over there. It's like hanging up and it's like plastic in the front. It's really, really cute and I love it. How many of your American Girl dolls are from your childhood collection? Only 6 of them, and they are not here in this house whatsoever. What's your favorite doll outfit you own? The Petals and Plaid outfit. That outfit is my favorite American Girl outfit of all time. Of all time. Will you ever sell any of your dolls like on eBay or Mercari? No, I learned my lesson through the pandemic, and selling my dolls is not something I ever plan on doing again. I think that I'm in it in a way that I kind of just can't like sell everything and like get rid of everything. American Girl is gonna be a part of my life, and if I ever did have a sale, it would be just a lot of the dolls that I do not vibe with. It wouldn't be the dolls that I actually enjoy. So historicals, I'm keeping always. Girl of the Years, the rare like Truly Me dolls, Just Like You dolls, all that, like they're staying for sure. Did you order Miss Barbie? Yes, I did, and she will be coming next year whenever American Girl decides to start making her. Do you have a cutoff number for your collection of dolls? No, I don't. What's gonna end up happening is shelves will be built, and yeah, that's it. Have you ever had a partner or a date that was indifferent of your hobby? No. I mention it full throttle. After my last relationship, I'm single by the way, but after my last relationship, I actually got them into it, and they now have a collection with over 30 dolls. So trust and believe me when I say, being unapologetically you, the right person will love you no matter what. And if they don't like this, they aren't the one for you. So that's my advice on that. How to tell people about your doll collection without coming across as weird. Anyone that doesn't approve of your doll collection shouldn't be in your life, in my personal opinion. Every single one of my friends, every single one of my family members, every single one of my cousins, anything, adults, anyone that is within my circle fully supports this. They don't have to like be involved and buy them, but if there is something that for some reason makes them uncomfortable about it, that's something that needs to be worked on their part, and it shouldn't make you feel indifferent because that's their own insecurity shining through. And I, over the years, have learned like mature adults don't find this to be any sort of red flag whatsoever. So for me, that's my main advice, is tell them if they're into it and they're like cool with it, that's all that matters. And they're definitely down for you. If they love you, this would not change any of that. What is your go-to hairstyle for your dolls? My go-to is a fishtail. If they have really long hair, I always go for a fishtail. I just think that they're really, really pretty and really, really cute. Do you have any Pleasant Company dolls or anything from those collections? No, I am not a Pleasant Company girly. I know that there are people whose entire brands are literally just the Pleasant Company stuff, and that's not me. That's not my angle. I understand the beauty of those dolls. For me personally, I don't enjoy those dolls. The historical stuff doesn't really speak to me unless I want to keep that doll specifically in that element, but for the most part, I like my dolls to be contemporary and older. ever. Yeah. All right, I feel like that's it. There were a ton of more questions, but they were all kind of repeats, and I feel like I answered a lot of questions in this video. So if you guys want to hear my interview with American Girl Women, that is available now. I'll put the link down below. It goes into my entire history with American Girl. Turn it on while you're in your car, driving somewhere long. Turn it on while you're at the gym on the treadmill. Turn it on while you're like cleaning your apartment. I've listened to it like literally 6 times because I'm a narcissist and I love nothing more than to hear my own voice. So I'm like half joking. I have listened to it a lot of times. But I definitely, though, on that podcast get into me, how everything started, my collecting, where it's at, where it's been, my favorites, all that stuff that a lot of people did ask. If you want those answers to that, a lot of those are in that podcast. So I highly recommend going over and looking at that. But all right, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. My name is Chris. You guys can follow me on my Instagram, which is @TheDollStudio by Chris. Make sure you guys are following this account. Make sure you guys are on my TikTok, which is Chris American Girl. I will be doing some unboxings of certain dolls on there very, very soon. And I can't wait to show you guys what's coming in the new year. All right, bye guys.